Have to warn everyone about my thieving son. My son Jake is 23 and works as a pharmacy technician at Ridgemont Pharmacy. 3 weeks ago, I ran into Mrs. Kowalski at the grocery store. She's 76 and lives 4 houses down. She started thanking me for raising such a thoughtful son, said Jake had been delivering her blood pressure medication to her house every month for 6 months. I smiled, but inside I was confused. Jake complains about work constantly and never mentioned helping anyone. Ridgemont doesn't do home delivery. I called him that afternoon, but he didn't answer for 6 hours. His text just said, "Yeah, sometimes, why?" with no details. He came over that night to do laundry. I asked about Mrs. Kowalski. He froze mid-bite of pizza, then said he'd been helping her out because she had trouble getting to the pharmacy. Said she gave him $20 for gas, but Mrs. Kowalski doesn't drive, and the pharmacy is 6 blocks away. The next morning I went to his apartment with my spare key while he was at work. I found a plastic container in his closet. Inside were 3 notebooks and maybe 30 empty prescription bottles. The notebooks had names, dates, and dollar amounts. Mrs. Kowalski was listed with BP meds, $200 per month. Mr. Patel from across the street was there with insulin, $350. 15 other names I didn't recognize. When Jake came over for dinner, I had the notebooks on the table. His face went white. He tried grabbing them, but I pulled them back. He said it was work stuff. I opened one and pointed to Mrs. Kowalski's entry. He got quiet, then angry, said I had no right going through his stuff. He grabbed his keys to leave. I told him if he walked out, I was calling the pharmacy. He stopped. He sat down and told me everything. He'd been stealing medications from the pharmacy for 8 months. He'd look up patients who took those drugs, then call saying their insurance had problems, or the pharmacy was out of stock. When they panicked, he'd offer to get their medication from another pharmacy and deliver it for a fee. They'd pay cash, sometimes triple what it cost. He'd made around $40,000, spent it on credit card debt, then clothes and going out. Said he was planning to stop soon. I told him he had until noon the next day to turn himself in or I would. He started crying, said I was ruining his life. He slammed my door at midnight. Next day came. Noon passed. No response to my texts or calls. At 5 o'clock, I wrote a Facebook post in our neighborhood group. Said my son had been stealing medications from elderly patients at Ridgemont Pharmacy and overcharging them for deliveries. Told anyone contacted by a pharmacy technician to call police. Then I called the pharmacy manager. She said they'd do an immediate inventory check and contact police. Jake called 30 minutes later screaming. I told him he did this himself and hung up. The post got 300 shares in one day. Mr. Patel confirmed Jake charged him $200 monthly. A woman named Beverly said her mom paid Jake almost $400 over 3 months. Police arrested him the next day, found almost $12,000 in cash plus stolen medications. The pharmacy audit showed he'd taken over $15,000 worth of drugs. A 79-year-old woman named Ruth came forward. Jake had been charging her $30 weekly for blood thinners for 7 months. Over $800 total. Those pills cost $12 with her insurance. Ruth had been skipping other medications and barely eating to afford Jake's prices. She'd developed a blood clot in her leg because she'd been rationing the pills. Jake's facing multiple felonies now: theft, fraud, elder abuse. He sent me a 3-page letter from jail about how I should have given him a chance to fix things quietly, but he had a chance. Until noon the next day. He chose not to take it. Half my family thinks I did the right thing. The other half thinks I'm horrible. My sister won't talk to me.